Alright, so some things I'm doing today. It's Saturday. Normally I'm not going to be in the shop, but I've got quite a few projects I need to get caught up on so that I can actually get to some fun stuff next week. Next week we'll be working more on the billet, the billet of doom as I'm calling it, that will become Chef Briganti's knives. But today I have to do some finish work on this little booger, which isn't really all that little. So I've got to do a final little bit of grinding right through here. It's still a little thick for what I want it. And then work up the handle on it. So we'll take you through that process a little bit. So here we are. We're grinding a little bit off the fatness of the tip of the blade there, and actually spent probably close to half an hour, 45 minutes doing this. So I really sped it up, and just boring, dull stuff. It's not playing with fire, so I sped it up, and we'll just kind of gloss over the high points of doing the finish work on this knife here. Here we are, we're getting the handle pulled together here, marking the wood to cut it. I use the Portaband to go ahead and cut it. After that, it takes a little bit of file work just to level everything up. Then we drill the holes for the pins, and then I start mixing up the epoxy. I pull the epoxy up together and start working to get it on the wood and make sure everything lines up, line everything up. Then we clamp it and let it dry in the vise for about 20 minutes, after which I can actually start working on the handle. Yes, sir. So the epoxy's dried. I sanded down the pins just a little bit to be able to work this over, and I'm going to start grinding on this and sloughing off, sanding down some of the extra material, and we'll get our handle made here. So here we are, we're grinding and sanding down and using the, getting ready to use a file or a farrier's rasp. Actually, I found it works pretty well for removing bulk material. And then we'll continue with the process of finishing up. So, I've got a final sharpen left on this thing, but that'll be done on the stone. Little tiny sharpening stone I've got up at the house. And I'll probably spend a couple hours sharpening and stropping that edge. I mean, it's sharp now, but it can be sharper. And it's pretty sharp now, but you can see there's a little burr edge left on there and all that. But yeah, hope you all like this video.